Well, hello there, my friends. It's really good to see you today on this Thursday ministry moment. As always, we welcome you to our congregation. We do this in the sanctuary. And I like to invite you back. And Sunday morning, we do this same time, except it's done for the worship service. And instead of 5 or 6 minutes, it's an hour. But you can join us in these same spots, Facebook and YouTube. And I look forward to having you with me then as well. I want to tell you a story about kind of an adventure. Not one that we would have today, but an adventure nonetheless. The time frame is in the mid-1800s, and it's a time in which families were moving from east to west. And this wagon train, maybe of 3 or 4 families, was slowly progressing through the Midwest flatlands and also fields of grass and grain. And they were just chit-chatting when someone noticed that along the horizon there was a dark line. And as it got closer, it was obvious that it was smoke, which made it obvious that that was a prairie fire. And if you know anything about those, you know they can be started by anything. Generally in those days it would have been lightning. And they'll proceed very, very fast, destroying anything in its path. So they started to panic because the fire was moving at a speed that was greater than that of the wagon train. They couldn't possibly travel faster than that, so they had to be caught in it, or so they thought. But someone had a great idea. He stopped the wagon train, and he told the folks to go out behind them and light a fire, so that there was an area, a circular area, that was burned out. They controlled it by putting it out, and then they moved the 3 or 4 or 5 wagons into the middle of the burned out area. And the fellow who had this idea knew that this would prevent the prairie fire from engulfing them because there was nowhere for it to burn. So that's what they did, and they survived the fire. Well, it's an interesting analogy, I think, and I love interesting analogies, particularly about incidents and geography, because we always will have times in which, metaphorically speaking, we feel like we're in the fire. And we won't know what to do. We won't know how to cope even. And perhaps we give up. But we should remember at those times that Jesus Christ went through the fires himself. And in his case, it was the fires of hell that put him on the cross. He knows temptation. He knows what we go through. And he has already burned an area around us. In his case, it's the hand of the Holy Spirit shielding us so that the fires of life cannot touch us. It would be good sometime this week, if this is indeed your situation, just take a moment, give your life to Christ, and let him take over the situation that is so difficult, because he will know what you ought to do. I hope you have a blessed week, a blessed weekend, and I'll see you on Sunday, if not next Thursday.